96.1 The Rooster, Wilson in the morning, and another great conversation with Dr. Beaver. And one topic that comes up when we talk about aliens is, why haven't we been contacted by aliens? Why can't we pick up radio signals from aliens? And one theory about why we don't get those signals is because you can use our own society as an example. The amount of time we spend as a civilization broadcasting signals out into space is actually going to be quite narrow. We started broadcasting radio signals in the early 1900s, and that is going to be coming to an end at some point. Everything's becoming like a closed circuit. We're watching TV through the internet. We're not broadcasting that out. There are, of course, still over-the-air television radio stations. You're listening to one right now. Tonight, we are beaming this broadcast to the aliens who are probably tuning in to this show regularly. The idea that we're going to be able to get a signal from a civilizations come and go. Billions and billions of years go by, and we get one little blip, right? Humanity's only been around for a blip. So, what's the chance of another civilization being, their little blip being about the same time? So that's a short window, and the amount of time they're going to spend broadcasting instead of moving beyond that technology as we're doing now. That's why a lot of people say we don't get signals from aliens.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I think we would have to be probably at a similar overall point of development with each other at all. Be so far ahead or so far behind, or vice versa with us. We could be, our ways of communicating could be so primitive that they don't even notice.
Yeah, what other ways are there to communicate with distant societies? A radio wave or speed of light kind of seems slow.
Well, now you're getting another angle of physics, like string theory. You can have a reaction somewhere far away, some other point, and instantly share that reaction. Again, we can fall back to the area where there's no yet practical applications or even lab experiments to show any significant applications for this theory that I'm aware of yet. So it's to say they haven't been successful if they're there. If once you're often not published until you're successful, yet aware of. That would be not an actual, for communication purposes, yes. For travel or anything else like that, no. But you're right about communication purposes. It could be used for communication. We can't transfer matter like that, but the whole concept is about transferring data. And there has been some experiments, very limited, that have shown positive results on transferring to another. That has been realized. Not in a way, again, I say just yet, because inevitably it probably will happen. And the limits or there probably aren't any limits that make it almost like a TV show Stargate, where they're actually using such ideas for traveling. No, but for data, it might be possible.
All right, Stargate, the TV show or the movie with James Spader?
Take your choice. They use the same concept all around. Instantaneous, being almost like two places at the same time far away. String theory is probably the only thing that compares to what they were doing.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Wilson in the morning.